Hello, hi friends. My name is Sarvansh and thank you for watching my the other videos about Intune tutorial. So today we are going to discuss about the PIM in Azure Active Directory or the same you can use in Intune as well. So PIM in the sense is a privileged identity management. So we'll see how the PIM works in our Intune or Azure AD, how we can configure it, how we can raise the request. So let me start this video. So now here is the agenda about this video. What we're gonna learn in this video, basic understanding about PIM configuration and access, how to raise the PIM request, how to approve the PIM request, email verification, the terminate the access, and the PIM auditing. So these are the topics we're gonna learn in this video, the all about the practically. So let's understand some basic stuffs about the PIM privileges identity management. So what is the PIM? So PIM will help you to manage, control, and monitor access to your the resources. The PIM can be applied on resource in Azure AD and the Microsoft online services such as 365 and the Microsoft Intune. So PIM is not only for the Azure Active Directory, you can apply the PIM on your Microsoft 365 services or your the Microsoft Intune. So organize want to minimize the number of people who have the access to secure information or the resource because that reduce the chance of a malicious factor getting access and an authorized user and uh, inadvertently impacting a sensitive resource and using the feature required on the Azure Active Directory. P2 licenses are required, so you need at least minimum P2 license to utilize this PIM services. So now what does it do? So what PIM will do, provide the just-in-time privileged access in your Azure Active Directory. Just-in-time privileged in the sense just for a specific time you can assign the admin access or any type of access to your resource. Assign the time-bound access. So time-bound access also similar like the just in time, so you can define the time range or the date range on the particular these many hours user will get access like the admin access. So once user raise the access, it will go to your the approver like your manager. You have to give the justification why you need this access and how many hours the access will be on a active mode. Now so require approval to activate the privileged role. So when you raised a request, so that should be approved by your approver or your like the manager. So enforce multi-factor authentication to activate any role. So you can enforce the multi-factor MFA to activate the role. Use justification to understand why the user activate. So it like the justification will be there when you are raising a request, you need to justify why you need this access. And the same way when your approver is approving this request, so they also should be justify why they are approving this request. So get the notification when the privileged role are activated. So you will be getting an notification when your roles is activated. Conduct the access review. You can conduct the access review to ensure the users still need the roles, or you can download the audit history for internal and external audit. Prevent removal for the last active administrator role assignment. And now let's have a look in just in time access. So what we'll do with the Azure privileged identity management. So in a just in time access, then just enough access or the privileges, admin flow, and the audit ready. So guys, let's move it to the some of the practical things how we can configure our PIM access and how we can raise the request, how we can approve this request. So these all those things we're gonna learn it practically here. So I am in the Intune console and I have login with my the admin account, or that is admin underscore us, and this is what the my domain here. So now I am under the Intune console. Under the Intune console, I should go with the tenant administrator and the Azure privileged identity management. So this is the feature you can see in it here. If you want to go with the Azure AD, you can go here and I can show you. Here you can type like PIM. So it will be Azure AD privileged identity. So both are same option. If you want to use it from Intune, you can use it in Intune console. If you want to log in the Azure Active Directory, you can use it from there. So both are the themes are similar. You can use it from anywhere. So let me go with the Intune, and in the Intune console, let's see how we can perform the actions here. So let's see. The first thing is in this we can, these are the options to check your the my roles. What are the roles is assigned to me, and I can raise the request or I can raise the PIM request, I can say. And now first option is we will be configuring how the PIM will activate to end user machine. So you can click there and go to the eligibility, and here is the assignment. I'm sorry, under the roles you need to go here and just check what kind of roles you want to assign for your the PIM access. So let me go with the security administrator, or like I can say I want to assign a role for the Intune administrator. So just select this Intune administrator. And before this configuration, let me show you my the test machine, like the test user. I can say the end user how it will show. So this is like my Intune console where I log in with the normal user. It's not having the any of the access yet. It's like a once underscore one. If you go with the administrator, you can see it's not having the permission to view, or it not having the any or roles here assigned yet. So it's not having the access. Or if you go with the endpoints, most of the people don't use Intune, so it's not having the access. It's showing the error unauthorized. That means is I don't have the admin right in my Intune console, or I can't see the tenant information also. So that means is I don't have any permission here. So with this our lab, we're gonna test it how we can assign the Intune role for this machine, how it will approved, and then how we can test it completely. Okay, so let me go to my the admin user machine here. With the admin user account here, I'm going to assign the role for this users. Let me go with this Azure roles, and the not assignment. Let me go with the roles, and here under the roles, here all the types of roles are here. Let me assign the role as a Intune administrator, or you can assign any of the roles here. So if you see in it, none of the users are part of the Intune administrator. So let me assign this, and here is the select user. Go here and assign the user. So this is my the testing user where I will activate the PIM access, then will raise the request. So let me select this user. Now next, and this is for the activate. If I click on the activate, then it will not be eligible to raise the request. It will direct the activate that Intune administrator. So let it the assignment type will be the eligible, so user will be eligible to raise a request for this PIM access. Now, So now this setting applied here, and let it complete. Still it's showing under progress. Now this role got assigned, and you can see in the user list here. So even you can add the multiple users here, based on your requirement. You can modify this, or you can remove it, you can update it. Now let me go to the setting, and here is the approver for this Intune administrator. Who will be the approver, who is going to approve this request? So I'm gonna assign it approver here. So it's like, let me click on none. Maximum duration, so user how many hours maximum he can raise the request. So for the 8 hours, or you can put it like a 10 hours or anything, whatever made with your company policy. And here is require the approver, just select, and I'm going to assign it's my admin account here. So now when this user will raise a request, so this user will be the approver for that request. And if you want to the ticket information, it's not at all required for the moment. Let me go to the next, and here is the assignment. Permanent assignment is just like for a it's a permanent. If you want to don't want to give the permanent eligibility for raising a request, you can select the months of 15 days, 1 month, or 1 year. You can set up it. Then the next, here is the notification. So when user is raising any of the PIM request, who will get the email or who will get the notification? So here is the admin will get the notification, assignee will get the notification, and the approver will get the notification. So suppose if you want to inform the someone, just for the information that this request raised, but that notifier not going to do anything, he won't be involved, or he not gonna approved it, but he just want to get the notification or the email. So you can assign here, like if you mention it the any of the email ID, so that particular user will get the notification. Okay, this user has raised the request, and only the approval can approve this request. So here email ID mention just only for the notification this request got raised. So similar types of things you can mention it here for the notification, and then you can click on update. So now we have one user for this Intune administrator who can eligible to raise a request for PIM access. So now this part is done for the configuration. Let me go to the end user machine. So this is the my user where I log in with the once underscore one account, and as I shows you still it's not having any of the permission. And if I can go again and can check the roles here, so this is the role. After assigning, it will show you here like a Intune administrator. So if I raise this request and click on activate, will raise this request, then this user will be having the Intune access in my Intune console. So let me activate this. Okay. So now here is like this is the 10 hours what we mention in our time duration there, how many hours maximum user can raise a request, or how much is the maximum eligibility to raising this request. So if you want to reduce this time, you can when the user is raising request, he can reduce it just 4 hours he want, 5 hours he want, 6 hours, or anything. So just let me go with the 1 hour request, and here I can mention it. Would like to would like to IMPL implement the change. You can mention the change number or anything whatever you want. So just click on activate. So once user click on the activate, that request will go under my request, and here user can see in his request status the pending approval or the actions. If you want to cancel his request, so you can click on the cancel, this request will cancel. Now the approver should approve this request first, then only user will get the Intune administrator access. So let me go with the now as a approver. Here is I am Intune US as a admin, and let me see whether I got a request or not. So here is the approve request, and here request supposed to show here. Okay, so now as my this account is as a approver, so as a approver I got this request in Tune administrator, and this is the reason here can read would like to implement the change. So this is what the change number, and here if you select, then you have the approved button. So meanwhile, I can show you the notification, how the approver will receive the notification. So this is what the approver notification approval will receive this email as a notification. S- So once approver receive this notification, he can log in his with Intune account, and he can check his queue, how many approvers are there. So he can read the description, select this option, and he can click on approved. So here approver can mention any of the comment approved to implement the change or anything whatever he would like. So users admin access will expire after exact 1 hour. Like the start time is 11:29, and the end time will 12:39. So after this hour, user will not be having the admin access, and again it will roll back to the as a normal user. So let me confirm this, and now let me refresh. Okay, so now let me go back to my the user. So this is the my user once, and here I can go back and check the my request. So here it's empty now. Why? Because that request was approved, and this user is having the admin right on Intune console. Let us go with the Intune administrator now. So still it's showing no permission. So let us, what we need to do, let us log out this user, and let me log in it again with the my once underscore one account password, and let me approved by the authenticator. Yes, and now the request got approved, and with this user is having the Intune admin rights. So let me go with the tenant administrator. So now you can see in the tenant administrator, which was not showing earlier because it was not having the Intune admin right. So that's how you can raise the request, and you can get the admin right, or how the approver can approve this request. So this is what the process we can follow to configure it. And the email part, again the approval will receive the email, this email Intune approve this, and now it's having the activate this Intune and with the date and time. So after this time, automatically the request will be out for the administrator role. And here is a one more email, it's like the directory has been approved. Okay, so who reviewed this? It's like the administrator Harvans. He has approved this request, and that's why the user got the Intune admin access. So now let me go back again here, and now in till now what we learn, how we can configure our PIM access and assign the users to who will be eligible for this PIM request, then how we can raise the request, how the approver approved this request, and now let's learn something about the auditing. So now go to the my auditing, and what we did here, so everything you can see in via the logs. So requester, who was the requester, was the once hyphen underscore, and he raised a request the PIM access, and these are the details. So it was the finally status is succeed. So that means is once hyphen one, this is the username, it raised a request and approver approved this request and it got success. So that's how you can do the auditing for your PIM access. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Hope so you learn a lot how we can configure this PIM access, how we can raise the PIM access, how the approver can approve this request, and how the auditing will work here. So guys, thank you for watching this video. See you soon in my next video.